Hey there. Had a lot of peppers left over, making pepper jelly. Uh, this is peppers I processed for pepper jelly. It's just a mixture of purple cayenne peppers, longhorn peppers, sweet bananas, hot bananas, a few jalapenos, a few serranos. Uh, that's about it. I'm gonna take the stems off the peppers, run them through a food processor. This is 5 cups right here. I'm going to use 5 cups of peppers mixed, 1 cup of vinegar, apple cider vinegar, 5 cups of sugar, 1 cup of pectin, or one packet of 1 and 3/4 ounce packet of pectin. Going to heat it up, bring it to a boil, and then add the 5 cups of sugar when it's boiling. Have your jars ready, processed, sterilized, ready to go. And heat it up. And then the next video with leftover peppers, I'll finish up with pepper relish, which is just a fresher variation, not as sweet as the jelly. Use this for a good way to keep the peppers if you have a lot of peppers. Use it for adding to sauces. Goes well with if you're making a brie en croûte, French version cheesy bread. Use 1 thing of brie, 1 brick of brie, and 1 pastry. Put the brie in there and slather it with hot pepper jelly, and then bake it. But I'm heating this up. Gonna bring it to a boil and then add the sugar to it, and then ladle it into the jars, and then process the jars for 5 minutes. Seal them. Again, this year I had a problem finding jars, same as last year. Went to 5 different stores and finally found one store that had one packet of little jam jars, and that was it. That's all they had. They had no bigger jars. Nobody had any jars again this year. I don't understand that. I guess people are staying home or doing whatever. Who knows? I only had 3 left from last year. These unquilted ones here, which are fine. I tried to save my jars. All right, let me get this thing boiling. And then we'll lay it in the jars and process it for 5 minutes in our big pot there. Okay, I've added the sugar in there. You're gonna make sure the sugar's all dissolved, and just stir it constantly. Once it starts to boil again, before it ever cools off, because it'll set fairly quick, you need to get it in the jars and start processing it. Oh, and if I didn't mention, when you're stemming the peppers and processing them, try to wear rubber gloves. Or don't try, just wear rubber gloves. Because typically you're going to touch your face, rub your eyes, rub your nose, whatever. And these are hot peppers, so they're going to burn a little bit. All right. This stuff should be ready to go in the jars now. And then I'll start processing it for 5 minutes. You're going to fill the jars to about a 1/4 inch to the top. When you're done filling them, take a damp rag, clean, sterile rag or cloth, wipe the tops off really good. You don't want any sugar or pepper mixture on the sealing surface. And then you're going to seal them down. I'm putting the tops on now. I'm getting ready to stick them in the processor. Okay, waiting for this thing to come back up to temperature. You're going to want to preheat that good. Jar lids, you just want them screwed on hand tight. You don't need to really tighten them yet. And you're going to stick them in there. Your process time starts after they come back to a boil, and let them go for 5 minutes after that. You take them out, let them cool off on the counter, and then go back and check the lids for if they pop or not. See how that one's loose, that one's tight, that one's semi-tight, tight, loose. So they shouldn't do that. They should all be sucked in tight. Be careful doing this. Your hot water and glass. And let them cool. And it looks like I only had six full jars and one almost full jar. So the almost full jar is getting processed anyway. But it'll be the first to get used here. They make great little gifts. I usually put them in smaller jars, but like I said, they didn't have any of those little small jars of 4 ounce or 6 ounce or whatever they are. So I just had to use those. So the pepper relish thing, I might wait on that and another might do another thing of jelly here. I have everything here to do it. And the truth is, I'll have peppers again this week. That's like maybe 1 week worth of peppers there. They grow pretty quick here. All right. Okay, they're in there. You want about 1 inch of headspace of water over top of them. If you see the bubbles coming out of them, the tops already, that's just air getting evacuated out of the jars. Now, once it gets to a full rolling boil, that's when you're going to start your count. Okay, they're almost ready to come out. If you're diabetic, worried about the sugar, you should probably stick to the relish because you don't really need a whole lot of sugar in the relish. Like this is jelly, so that thing takes 5 cups of sugar. That's pretty sweet, but it's jelly. You have to remember it's not like you're using it to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You're just using it for a spread or as an addition to something else. If you go, it's pretty tasty on cream cheese. If you do a cream cheese on a cracker with a little smear of pepper jelly on top of it, pretty good. I made some one year that somebody had given me 5 flats of, or not 5 flats, they gave me 2 flats of habanero peppers, and I just popped them in the ground wherever I could, and it grew a lot of habaneros. And I was giving habaneros away to people who ever wanted them, and had a lot left over, so I decided I'm going to make habanero jelly. Well, I made habanero jelly. Actually, let me rephrase that. I made 2 versions of habanero jelly. First one I made, I followed the recipe that I was given, and it was basically inedible. The only thing it was good for is if you were making chili, you put a few tablespoons in there, and that was about it. Second version, I used about half the peppers that they called for. Not even half. I used about 1/4 of the peppers they called for, and it turned out pretty good. So you can tailor this to your taste, pretty much. If you want more, you want it prettier, use one version of peppers. The purple mixed with the green kind of turns out brown, so it's not the prettiest thing in the world. But Still tastes good. Okay, I'm getting ready to pull these out of here. If you like my content, please subscribe, like, share, comment, all that. We do a lot of different things on this channel because I do a lot of different things. I'm retired and just try to keep busy doing stuff instead of sitting around watching TV, watching reruns of Hopalong Cassidy or whatever. And let me pull these out of here. Y'all take care. See you next time. Oh, I lied. I'm back. Wanted you to see the finished product there. That's our jellies. Just let them cool off now. And I usually take on the top here and write a date, the date that you processed them, so you know how old they are. All right, take care. Like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Have a good week.